And if you haven't done any of these type of events, this is just practice. So it's Big Pilot, we join it, and everybody just keeps joining in. So if you haven't done a week 13 race, these are the kind of shenanigans that can happen. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Aceikith Gaming. Welcome back to iRacing. Not in the picturesque of inside the car just yet. We'll be getting back into that in just a little bit. At the moment, we're currently under week 13 conditions, or in this case, week 14. Once every 4 years, we have a 14th week, which is the off-season week. We're going to be looking at one of the new cars that have actually come into iRacing as of the last 24 hours. The brand new Season 4 2020 patch is now live. Has been for the past 24 hours. I'm currently recording this on Thursday. By the time you're obviously watching this, it will be Friday. So obviously the 24 is going to be around about 48 hours. The car we're going to be looking at is the brand new LMP2 car, which is going to be overtaking from the HPD, which was used in iLMS, and also the Daytona Prototype, which had driven quite a lot over the past few seasons in the DP class in the IMSA series. So it'll be running under two different specs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over a little bit of what this car does and some of its characteristics, and we'll then get into a race with this car as well. So this is the Dallara P217. The LMP2 car that was used by Formula 1 legend Rubens Barrichello, Formula Mons winner Jan Lammers, and also Michael Alosian, who is an IndyCar veteran as well. It's also been used by other drivers in Le Mans, including Sergei Sorokin, Guido van der Garde. This is got a Gibson GK 428 4.2 litre V8 engine. Weighs a little under 1,000 kilos, and it's a 6-speed sequential automatic paddle shift gearbox. So this is quite a powerful machine. I did try it a little bit late last night. So I already do have a little bit of driving experience with this car already. It is an absolute dream to drive. It really, really is. To drive from something like the Daytona Prototype, which is quite old, and then also the HPD, again, that is quite an old car. To drive in something like this, that is a much more modern LMP2 class car, it's quite a bit of a change. It is. So if you haven't done so already, I'd definitely say, if you get the chance, drive it. Because I believe that the LMP2 class and even the DP class is going to be very popular coming into Season 4 2020. Already admitted to my teammate, this is probably the main car that I'm going to be driving throughout Season 4 2020. So you're probably going to be seeing a lot of this car during the season. We've already got a team livery as supported by the team owner, the team runner, Paul Stevenson, otherwise known as W-Step, which, as you probably know, did spot for me recently and is also my main teammate. So we're going to get into the car, and we'll go into a practice session and then hop into a race session as well, so that way I can show you how the car drives. And don't forget, if you do like the video as well, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. As we go into Season 4 2020, I don't just do iRacing if that is not quite your thing. We do also do other videos, including Dead by Daylight, we're doing Among Us, and I can also say that we are going to be going into something else as well. We have also been invited to do beta testing for another game, which I will go into in the near future. Okay, so this will be my first bit of driving of the day, in fact. So because I've been getting a few things sorted out. Obviously a long work week has obviously impacted my recording schedules a little bit, but hopefully that will now soon start to return to normal. But anyway, so this is the brand new Dallara P217. So inside the cockpit, it's got a Cosworth style steering wheel, similar to what you see in the Dallara IR18, which I did drive for quite a bit. I did a couple of seasons ago, if you've been a long-term subscriber to the channel. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go into first gear, and we're going to get out on track. So this car it feels like it's got a lot of front end grip compared to what you might be used to. So we'll just take it easy for the first couple of laps, just to kind of show you what it's capable of. Of course, Belle Isle is not the easiest of tracks. It's a track that I tend to crash out at quite a lot, I'm going to be honest. But my teammate absolutely loves this track. It's one of his favourite tracks because of how demanding it is. And one thing I've noticed as well is that before with the DP, the one thing that a lot of people didn't like about the DP, as this car just goes around in front of me. We're going to see that quite a lot going around Belle Isle. Yeah, here's one thing about the Dallara P217. We're just going to call it the P2 for now, because everybody is regarding it as the new P2. Is that this car tends to be able to overtake GTE cars a lot quicker and a lot safer compared to the DP. A lot of people didn't like the DP because they didn't drive it, and they always used to accuse slow drivers of not really necessarily getting past them as quickly as what they maybe probably should do. But from personal experience, me driving the DP quite a lot, is that the DP didn't have the mechanical grip compared to what GTE cars had. So it was going around corners a bit slower compared to the GTE cars. So GTE drivers used to say to DP drivers quite a lot, you need to go faster around the corner. Well, that's the problem. Try telling a 10-year-old car compared to the modern day machinery to go around the corner faster than it. It can't do it. So I think this update with the P2 car is very much needed. Okay, so let's show you through a lap at Belle Isle in the brand new P2 car. Of course, I'm still warming up the tyres a little bit. I've tried a few laps already and keep on getting hit, which is a typical thing. Everyone's trying out the new car. I'm trying to test out its limits, as am I. But the factor of that, you're able to easily pass GTE cars a lot easier now. You know, it would definitely give quite a bit of relief. It'll make driving the this car in the DP class a lot more wished for. Right, you know, a lot more people will attempt to drive this. Now the one thing I will say is try not to be in first gear too much, because you will slide the car by doing so, but there's certain turns around this track that you've just got to get the rotation in. Yeah, this is a really, really good car to drive. If you're wanting to drive something that has got more downforce, but you don't quite like the single seaters, give this a go.
Okay, Al, there's a car exiting the pit.
Let's go for another lap.
B14.
The mechanical grip on this car is amazing, it really is. Like each and every single lap that I've done so far, I've pretty much near enough felt that I can go faster every single lap near enough. You know, and that's going to be the same for pretty much everybody. You know, the one good thing that this car's got good going as well.
Right side, clear right.
Is that the car is actually reasonably easy to set up for most of it. It's very, very basic, which I quite like to see.
Car right, clear to the right.
The leader's just done it, 121.4.
Got it too hot. Oh dear. Probably damaged the car there.
Sector 2 is 2.7 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, this is just some scruffy lads because everybody's like in front of each other. Probably not the best of tracks to really be testing a car out. But oh, there's another one. And there is already some great liveries on training paints as well for both cars.
There's a character in the pits.
Let's give one more lap.
That's your fastest lap
Seems
today.
that
You're currently
previous lap was a bit
0
scruffy.
seconds off
So
the
as I
pace.
say, that's another
That
person
was
right in front of me.
25.5.
You sure he won't help me up too much if I'm faster?
The leader has just done
I think he wants to try and stay in front of me, but it's not going to happen when he's on cold tyres and my tyres are warmed up.
Sector 1
This
is
car won't have the
0.8
new
off
damage
the
model
pace.
on it just yet. But I'm pretty sure it will do once the rest of the GT cars have got it and the LMP1 car has the new damage model on it as well. So for now it'll have the old damage model, but I'll probably have it in a couple of seasons time or so. Maybe even next season it might have it, depending on what stage they're at. But the MX-5 now has got the new damage model. I haven't really tested that out, but I don't really tend to drive the MX-5 all that much. Okay, so that is a lap of Dallara in the brand new Dallara P217. So what I'm going to do now is just coast it back to the pits.
You've just done a 123.7.
In a few minutes, the registration for the next race will be opened up. So the next time that you'll see me is me actually getting into a race with this brand new car. So once that happens, I shall see you there. Okay, so a week 13 race at Belle Isle. What can possibly go wrong with this one? Probably quite a lot. So starting P4. So this is by no means at all a serious race. You know, so iRacing won't be affected, safety racing won't be affected. So if we do crash out, that's no problem at all. But we do want to try and get in at least a good race. So in that way, we can actually understand of how this car progresses through the race. It's a 20-minute race, so we are probably looking at around about 15 laps. So I put in enough fuel, which is 33.5 litres. So we should be getting going shortly. So we have got a few cars in front of us. We have as well, so hopefully we can just get in a good race. That's all I want, really. But you know, at least we know that if something happens, nothing's going to get affected whatsoever, which is the whole point of week 13. It's just relaxed, really, to be honest. And also, if you haven't noticed already, I am wearing brand new gloves. This is also a brand new wheel, although it's still the Thrustmaster T150, which I've used since starting iRacing. I have had this since before start season 3. Unfortunately, I couldn't plug it in at the time because it actually had a EU plug.
The right column.
So I had to wait for myself to get the EU plug, and now I decided I want to get new gloves for when I use the new wheel, then that way it doesn't get grubby like the old one has done over the time. So it's a 20-minute race at Belle Isle, looking at around about 15 laps. So let's see how long it takes before there's an absolute massive pile-up. Because
Okay, Al, be ready. Watch for the lights.
is probably going to happen. So let's get going.
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
This guy wanted to close the door on me. Oh, he just turned in on me. Oh dear. He just turned in on me. There's nowhere else I can go.
Car right. Clear right. Car right.
I think P3 has pinned it in. Turn 3.
Well,
right.
okay.
You're clear.
We've lost another 2 positions off the top of that because somebody wanted to dive from us. All I wanted to do is make a YouTube video, guys. That's all I want to do. Just take it easy. Don't forget the car tires are still cold. The tyre model has been modified. It has since last season as well, which obviously this car has taken it, as well as all the GTE cars, the LMP1 cars, and I'm pretty sure the GT3 cars will have taken it as well, majorly. So, and I will say, I do feel that the tyre model has actually improved by quite a bit. Like, it doesn't feel like necessarily there's like a huge amount of understeer when you're warming up the tyres. It feels like there's more oversteer, if anything. And I think that's more tolerable, really, I'd say. Like, there has been a lot of good feedback. Me and my teammate Paul Stevenson were talking about it like last night, and we both said together that the tyre model, it does seem like it has improved. It seems to be more grip overall. It's not quite so prone to sliding. Like, you can probably notice, if you watch my iLMS race that I did around Atlanta from last week, I was sliding quite a bit during the second half of the race. So obviously this race won't be quite as long as that. It's only about a third of the distance. But we'll obviously see how that goes as we go. Oh, almost went to the back of Charles then. I'm wondering if it's just Jake just being a bit passive.
Looks like it's Lewis.
Yeah, I think Charles wanting to take a bit of a look on the inside, but now that's leave the door open to me now.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Well done, Al. Good pass.
There we go. That's us back up into B4. Let's see if we can try and get after Jake.
The leader has just done a 125.0.
Oh, we near enough roll forward there.
Looks like Lewis. We like this. Keep doing it. P3.
Okay, so the leader's literally just ahead. Just take things nice and calmly. You don't want to be pushing too hard.
There's an incident in turn 7.
Okay, we should have a lot better grip now. Especially around this particular section. It can get a bit oversteery because of all the bumps. And now that the tyres are warmed up, it should feel a lot better now. Thought I was gonna understeer into the wall there. That's the scary thing about this track. You brake the slightest bit too late, you get scared that you're gonna hit a wall. This is basically GT Racing's version of Monte Carlo. This is
best lap in this session.
doesn't have the prestige that Monaco might have, but it's still a difficult racetrack to drive around, especially in a pack. I definitely feel I'm faster than Jake. I'm taking it very easily, young. I'm keeping up with Jake.
Yellow flag. Caution.
Just up ahead.
Incident in turn 5.
There we go. Okay, he's right off. That's good.
Okay, Al. 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Like, and the braking distance on this car is very short. Like, this is mostly baseline. The only things I've adjusted is the front spring perches, just in that way it keeps the ride height the same. Oh, he's hit the wall.
Clear on the left.
Awesome. Well done.
I've obviously lowered the fuel levels, and that way
I think P5 has been
I'm not
in
being
turn 13.
I'm not putting in too
Leader's
much
just
fuel.
done it. 123.2. P2.
And I've also resolved the gear ratios a little bit and the wing settings. Only a little bit, just to suit the track. That is how easy it is to actually set up this car, and I normally don't go into that much detail about setting up the car, other than the ride height and the fuel level. That's it normally, especially when I'm testing a brand new car. But this car is actually very simplified to actually set up to a certain
There's an
extent.
incident in turn 7.
There is some areas that are still difficult, I would say,
Behind us now.
but
2.2
not as
seconds.
difficult as certain other cars, especially in the classes that this car will be in. And I think that will be another reason why this car will be popular coming into the new season 4. There we go. Look at that, a little bit wide again. I think I just turned in too late that time around.
Incident in turn 13. Incident in turn 11. Yellow flag. Watch out.
I am still catching up to this car just ahead though. It definitely has good overall race pace.
There's an incident in turn 1. The gap in front is now 2.3 seconds. The leader has just done a 1:22.8. That's the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, the guy behind me is actually catching up to me. Only a little bit though. We're lapping in the 22s.
There's an incident in turn 7. We think it might be Briggs.
Multi-car pilot just up ahead it seems.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Take it very nice and easy. Almost halfway through this race already. A little bit of wheel spin, but still catching up to Nicola ahead. It's taking it very nice and easy. It's a very easy track to just spin out on. So we don't want to be really making a mistake. The guy behind me is still fast.
There's an incident in turn 6.
We're coming up to some GTEs or Corvettes, because it's only Corvettes for the GTE class. So you'll now be able to see the difference that it has. Before, the DP used to have a lot of issues overtaking slower cars, because while it had the acceleration top end speed, the one problem that it had is
Coming up on a
it
slower car.
didn't have the cornering speed. So you'll be able to see now that this has much better cornering speed compared to the DP. Well, you've been seeing it throughout this race. It's so much smoother because it's a modern LMP2 car.
On your left. Clear left.
Not the type of place I would like to overtake, but I've got to. Okay, so one actually hasn't been catching up to us. Oh, that's the leader. Just hit a Corvette.
Left
Oh, no.
side. Clear left.
B2.
I thought it was actually going to leave the door open, but he didn't.
Alright, Al. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. That's half distance. We think about 11 minutes of fuel remaining. Incident in turn 5. Looks like it's Walton. The gap ahead is now 1.2. Slower
A little
class
bit
car
wide there.
ahead. Yellow flag.
Very short yellow flag it seems like. Either the guy's just towed or he's carried on. Seems like he's probably towed. Just gonna have to settle behind this Corvette. It's not the sort of place that you
Turn 8.
want to
Looks like
overtake.
Walton. You've got half your fuel left.
Okay, this Corvette's
On
just
your
going to
right.
lower us through it.
Clear right.
It's nice of him. He doesn't have to.
Yellow
Bailey
flag, caution.
just have the Corvette just ahead. Probably just wanting us to go by us, and that way he can and that way he loses less time as possible. Oh,
There's an incident in turn 12.
I'm not sure what that other Corvette was doing there. Seemed to have broken really late. Didn't realise the corner was coming up.
You've just done a 123.5. 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Oh, he's made a mistake. He's hit the wall.
Far left. Clear to the left.
We got the lead. Now it's just a matter of maintaining it.
Well done, Al. Great move.
We
Keep
know
it
that
up.
one is quick as well, and he's right behind us as well.
The gap behind is now.
Just keep this going. One's actually come right from the back.
Coming up on a slower class car. Incident in turn 7.
Okay, that was close. That would have been just wrong place, wrong time, really. Just let one through, Nicola has as well. You know, I've lost the front end then for a second. Does seem like the front diff locks up a little bit going into first gear. That's probably the reason for that little slide that you get on the front end.
Nice one.
Oh, look at that. He wanted to go through with me and he couldn't. He should have been more patient.
Looks like P3's gone off in turn 2.
He should have been more patient there. Look at that. He's lost all that time now because of that. And now we can afford to be a little bit more patient because of that.
Turn 3.
Because this is an area of the track where you don't necessarily want to be passing so much. Just flash him, so that way he knows where we're going.
Clear left.
But this is an
Slower class car
absolutely
ahead.
amazing car. Like, I wouldn't say by any means this is an easy car to drive, but it feels so satisfying. You know, the work that iRacing has been able to put into a car like this, you know, we've had to wait for a little while for this, for the DP to be replaced, the HPD replaced. So bear in mind, they're both great cars, but they were very outdated. And now that we've got this, like, it was definitely worth the wait.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Definitely worth the wait, 100%.
Clear left.
There seems to be Nicola out of the race. He probably got involved in that hit, probably. We've just got too much damage, which is understandable. No one just sent it, obviously seeing that I made a pass, which I had the time to do. I had the momentum. I might as well. And one just wanted to come through with me, and it was just too aggressive. Oh, don't do it, don't do it. Like, I think one's car is actually probably badly damaged.
Come on, Al.
Because he's now just been overtaken
Hold your
from
nerve. We can win
P2.
this.
And he's losing so much time on me. Like, obviously, his last lap time was a factor of the fact that he did hit somebody, so he has lost a lot of time there. But I'm thinking he's actually damaged quite badly. Whether he's trying to stay out, not wanting to fix the damage, or, you know, he could even have required repairs, which he obviously, there is a fast repair in these races.
24.9.
Because literally anybody can do these races, even rookies. They're brand new to iRacing or wanting to get into iRacing. You can still do these races. These brand new cars. No, but I will say this now. That a lot of drivers
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
will go into these races with less to no practice. And I will say to you now, do not do it, especially around this track.
Turn 7. We think it might be
Need
Walton.
the practice before you get into a race. As the worst thing for somebody is be taken out by somebody that doesn't have any practice underneath them, even if it is a week 13 race. So 3.5 minutes left. We've probably got 3 more laps to go. I'd probably say 3 more laps to go after this one. And we're literally just coasting it now. We're so far ahead.
The gap behind is now 10 seconds.
Like I've done what? I've done 2 races in this car. I did one at Daytona and that was a lot of fun. I did 1 race here in this car. And unfortunately got taken out twice. So I used my fast repair and then obviously it was badly damaged. I will say the car is a little bit fragile where damage is concerned. Like you can get a little bit of damage and the car goes a lot slower. But the required repairs aren't exactly that much. Like I think the required repairs that I had to do was only 8.5 minutes. So it isn't too bad on that front. But the car is fragile.
There's an incident in turn 7.
But I do not believe that that this car will have the same sort of issues that the DP has, where you will get flagged for having required repairs, although you don't get the black flag with orange disc. Oh no. Okay, that was a hit into the wall. I think I should be fine though. That's my lapse of concentration trying to talk. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get these incidences where you'll get required repairs, even though
that's 2 minutes
you
left.
don't get that
2
flag
minutes.
anymore every single time when you come in the pits. And I think that's what some drivers found frustrating. But it was all about preserving the car more than anything else.
Your lap time was 1:24.6. Some slower cars, they're class leaders in this group.
Okay, so the third car in these 3 car group is actually the race leader in the vets. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I guess I've not really lost any speed because of it, so.
The track temperature's rising, it's now 43 Celsius.
Just gonna stay behind this vet through this section of track.
Coming up on a slower class car.
Like if he gets out of the way, he gets out of the way, we'll just make the pass, but we're not gonna force it. Just bear in mind, we've got plenty of time. We've got so much space behind us. Okay, now we can make the pass here.
One side. Hold your line. Clear left.
You've got 2 minutes of fuel remaining.
Okay, this LMP1 car is now damaged. Okay, this is now the last lap.
Car left. Clear left.
Come on out, 1 more lap. Keep it together. We'll win this. Incident in turn 3. We think it might be Walton. You're now in the lead. There's an incident in turn 5. Looks like it's Briggs.
Left side. Clear to the left.
Yellow flag. We're running on fumes, mate.
Clear. Clear to the right.
Oh,
Right
Sam
side,
just came out
clear
right
right.
in front of me.
2 litres remaining. There's an incident in turn 6. It looks like Briggs.
That could have been disastrous. I think Axel was actually a little bit observant. Actually, that Sam was going to do that, so I had no choice but to slow down there. Yeah, this car is going to be a little bit difficult to drive in general, but I think this will give you a very high reward if you can get used to it quickly. Like, I am probably actually going to aim to drive this car mostly during the next season. So expect to see this quite a lot. Well, it's a P1 in a weird P13 race. We'll take that. That's definitely a good job. Oop, too fast.
Well done, Al. Great win. You deserved that
Oh
today.
dear, that was good. Oh, hang on. Oh dear. That's definitely a good race and all though. And we lapped all the Corvettes as well. Only just though, the lead Corvette we lapped during the final lap I believe, or just before the start of the final lap. That's definitely a good race though, I'll admit. So that is pretty much the end of that race. As we see that car just explode in front of us again. So the LMP2 car is, as I said earlier on in the video, going to be difficult, but a high risk, high reward car. It's definitely going to be very popular, I'm certain about it. So expect to see this, the DEP class is going to have more than one split, I can probably assure you, through at least the first half of the season, unless a lot of drivers get bored of it very quickly. Or possibly get moaned at because of their low iRacing, but because there's going to be a lot more, I don't think there's going to be quite as big of an issue. But we'll see how it goes. So this is the brand new livery that we're going to be using on the Dallara P217 LMP2 car. So bear in mind it's going to be used for IMSA and iLMS for this season. So when I'm doing both series, I'm definitely going to be using it for both of them too. So GTE, it probably won't be seen on this channel quite as much, but we will be doing some as well whenever we do get the time. Obviously it depends on how much I'm working throughout the season, especially towards the end of the season when we're coming up to Christmas. So I am going to leave it there. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to give the video a like, because it does help out the channel quite a lot for others to come along and see it and see how good these brand new cars are as well. So anybody that's joining in and looking at this video for the first time and seeing this car, I do thank you a lot for choosing my own personal video for you to be able to see this brand new car for the first time, or even if you have joined into this one, seeing it from my perspective compared to others. So and if you haven't done so already, if you do want to subscribe to the channel to look up more videos, then please do so. I don't just do iRacing, I do Dead by Daylight, I do Among Us, and I do other gaming content as well. I am looking to do some beta testing for another game, which I'll go through in another video in the near future. But for now, I'm going to leave it there, as I'll see you guys next time.